Today I want to talk about raspberries. I quite enjoy raspberries. This is what the plants look like. I've had some people tell me that they're afraid to do raspberries because they're invasive. This side doesn't get a lot of sun, that's why there's less here. But I have them in this planter. I believe it's open bottom because there's the invasive part. It's growing outside the planter where the roots are. I get about 2 or 3 that come out a year, and I just cut them down and then just let them grow whenever in the planter. The older canes will die off and you got to cut them back. They won't produce on new growth. I believe 2-year-old canes, possibly 3-year-old canes, these ones will produce. It's a little late in the year to be doing this, but I'm cutting out the old canes. Just throwing them aside there. And tying the current ones up so that they're not in the walkway, because it makes it really hard to get past it when it covers the whole walkway. So what I'm using are these little soft ties, and I'm just, like the first year growth, I'm just wrapping around trellis, and the stuff that's producing is getting a tie. That's my goal for today anyways. This planter is also raspberry spread, because I planted 3 in that planter down there. But I don't know if it grew up through this planter. These are concrete attached to the house. Or if it's because raspberries that weren't good, I would just toss. I think I tossed them in here, so I think the ones growing here are because I was dropping raspberries. Raspberries, they are invasive. If you are gonna grow them, you need a method to try to keep them from spreading. The house I grew up in the city, we had raspberries between the houses. There was more space in that neighborhood. And we would rototill between the 2 rows of raspberries we fit in. Same with on the acreage. They were separate from the rest of the garden, and we'd rototill between where we wanted them to grow. We would put stakes in and usually fishing line, and then they would grow up into that. If you don't have something, they will fall over. And the ones I have thorns, so I was looking for cheap, and I didn't want to deal with, all that crap. I got mine at Costco on clearance. I bought 3 for one section, and then 2 behind me. So yeah, on the acreage, we would rototill between what our rows were to keep them from spreading. And on the farm, they had a raspberry patch in the middle of the garden. And we would just rototill around the outside of it so that it couldn't get any bigger, and it would just go wild in its spot. Here where I am now, they are in concrete planters in areas where they can't really spread. So, I've got raspberries behind me here, between a piece of the house and a cement staircase. They're going nowhere. They will only spread in their little planters. And the ones I showed you earlier are also cement planters, and there are some that come up outside, but it is very limited because of cement planters, and then there's landscape fabric and rocks. So it's just where there's a space between the landscape fabric, where there was a divider put in when this place was built, that they're coming out through. So I don't get a lot of spread here, just in the planters where I planted them, which is exactly what I want. Raspberries, the first year canes will not produce anything. They will grow. So the best thing to do, like I have mine on trellises, is to weave them through as they're growing. Because in the first year, they still have thorns, but they're soft, so they can move. The second year, the stems will harden, and they will produce raspberries. And I don't know if they die back the third year or the fourth year, but your canes will die back, and you got to cut them dead ones out. Then you'll have more space. So that's what I did today. I spent hours trying to get my raspberries all cleaned up. Let me just show you. So these ones here, they're on the trellises. And now there's space for me to actually get in there and to pick them. And then, because of where they are, I can honestly just grab the trellis and pull it forward a bit and get the stuff that happens to be behind it. And if you look at this one, so this is a new cane for this year. So I've weaved it through. So next year, this one as well is new. So next year they'll produce, and they're already in the trellis, so I won't have to worry about them falling over. I hate living in the city. But I've cleaned them all up. You can see on that one, it's spread. Now I don't know if that's a dropped berry or just from the roots, but I weaved that one in as well. And they're all good. Yeah, so that's my spiel on raspberries, because a lot of people are afraid of them. They are very tasty though, and it's so much cheaper to grow your own. So much cheaper. Raspberries grow pretty much anywhere, which is why they're so invasive. But I do suggest you grow your own, because $6 for a tiny bit is ridiculous. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.